Thank you for joining
No,
me. Um,
thank you for the opportunity.
you're welcome. So I'm here in snowy UK this morning.
We're looking for this in Greece, hopefully, in a
And
couple of months.
no, you're in Greece. So
Yeah.
where in Greece are you?
I'm in Athens. I'm in the capital. I'm in the very center of the capital with a sunny sky. So I'm greeting everybody in Greece and out of Greece, everywhere on the planet.
Mhm.
A few data about me. I have studied medicine in the Medical University of Western Greece, and
So
being actually,
you're
sorry,
a
I'm
doctor.
a medical doctor. I'm a medical doctor. I'm actually a psychiatrist.
Uh,
I'm just before the final exams of the title of psychiatrist.
yeah. Okay.
Uh, actually, my journey into medicine was the one that drove me towards shamanism. Um, I was never 100% satisfied. I was never 100% content. And I always had the eagerness to research and to find health wherever it was hiding. Because I had the feeling that at the medical university, the whole world of health was not taught to us.
Ah, okay.
Mhm.
Tell us a bit.
So yeah, and dancing was also dancing as a hobby that became a large part of my life, especially flamenco dance, Spanish dance, was the one that drew my attention into the body first, how the body reacts according to emotions, and I became more and more observative and was looking for at the first step for the body medicine. This took me through Chinese medicine and then Shiatsu practice. And then, as time went by, and I had to complete my specialization in psychiatry in a provincial hospital of Greece, uh, uh, I was feeling deep in my heart that the tools that, again, I had in my hands for psychiatric patients were not enough. And I had the feeling that I had to research through invisible for us, for the Western civilization, practices. I had heard about the medicine wheel in the past as I was living in Crete, in south of Greece. And I had to come to Athens. And actually, the decision to become a mother, a single mom, was the big push that got me into the training and the whole world of shamanism and the medicine wheel with you as a teacher in Athens and in Ireland.
Mm, mm.
Yes.
Let's maybe think about that in a minute, but um, most of the time, I think when I meet people who want to go on and do the medicine wheel training,
Mhm.
um, so this medicine wheel, just to say to people who are listening, um, it is a beautiful traditional path of healing and self-discovery that derives from the traditions of the Andes. Um, and these are ancient traditions. And although there are different traditions and some different kind of cultures and subcultures within the Andes, most of this work derives from the Q'ero shamans, the shaman of the Q'ero peoples. But anyway, the most time when I meet people for the training, I've had conversations with them by phone or something. They've contacted me in the first instance to say, I saw your website, or I spoke to so and so who did your training. And maybe the first time I meet them, is it a workshop or something? But we didn't meet at a workshop, did we? Do you remember where we very, very first met?
Of course, the bench of the airport of Athens.
Yeah,
Athens,
the
instead of
rail.
Athens.
Yeah, and I was just arriving in Athens and going to stay and do some workshops for a week or so. And you'd been to the airport to see a friend off on a journey.
Actually, I was just back to Athens and I was seeing a friend of that was going to a retreat to India. And I was really feeling like I wanted to accompany her in this. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah. So
So I
for
saw you. Sorry, and it was like seeing Indiana Jones. Sorry, I had to say that.
Indiana Jones, why? How was I?
Indiana Jones style, yeah. My beloved Indiana Jones from the teen years, from the childhood years, yeah. The researcher, the
Ah,
adventurer, the traveler.
yeah.
Mm.
There I was with my suitcases, and I arrive at the airport and I have everything. And British weather is always different to Greek weather, so you need to take the clothes with you to get to the airport, to get on the nice, comfortable, air-conditioned plane and get off the tropical weather in Athens, and then put on the coats and the gloves and everything to go back. So yeah, I must have looked a little bit out of place with my winter clothing. Um,
Not
what
really
was
for
about,
my,
sorry, go on,
not
Sophia.
really to my eyes, not out of place. Actually, right in place to my eyes.
It was lovely. I felt we really connected when we were just kind of sitting on the bench and then said hello, and we stayed in touch. And but it was some
Sorry.
time later, as you say, it was uh, as you stepped into your life, well, the next evolution, the next cycle, as you became a mum and your daughter arrived. I guess priorities change.
Mhm.
And I remember you coming with Irida and with your mum also for the medicine wheel class, and you'd said something about you'd spoken to someone else and they'd said, no, you can't come until your daughter's 3 months old. And I don't remember whether you said, but I was thinking, is that so that, like your hormones, your body settle down for you or for your daughter? And it was an unexpected and wonderful surprise. And then what happened was you came for the whole of the program with your daughter and with your mum.
It was a quantum leap for me. It was just one moment I met you. 1 year later, I was with my daughter. I received my first session, shamanic session in my life, and then the next day I stepped into the medicine. It was like a woof, a launch.
Woof.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And
Big, big
your
jump.
journey and work with shamanic energy medicine and contemporary medicine, which very much, as I
Mhm.
understand it, happens within the kind of traditional sort of setting, hospitals,
Yeah,
appointments
yeah.
coming in referred by someone else, and maybe all sorts of different crises as well as they emerge. They've already hit a crisis before they come to you. And you were saying how there were things you experienced with your practice as a doctor in psychiatry, studying, making that journey through medicine. There were things you felt were missing that you know, maybe would help you to offer some support, help, resolution to people you were seeing more easily.
Solutions. I was looking for solutions and peace of mind and heart. Deep.
Okay. And have you found this on your medicine wheel? When I say your medicine wheel journey, the medicine wheel you were doing, you've done that work. It's came to an end, but the medicine wheel is like a life journey. It's with us all the time. So do you find that medicine wheel helps you, supports you in different ways in your life, has changed your life in some ways?
Yeah, it has changed my life. First of all, it has brought beauty back into my medical practice. And this was something that I had not realized that it was what I was looking for. But as you mentioned before, the environment of medicine in the hospitals and et cetera, is quite harsh. Lately, over the last 1.5 decade, it has become over stressful also, with economic and social crisis happening around in different countries around the globe. So beauty, the shamanic practice brought beauty back. And I felt that I could breathe, that my heart could breathe, and I felt this way okay with my conscience as a doctor, that I have something that really resonates with my heart, with the offering, with solutions that people are looking for, and me also, solutions for my own journey, my own life journey, and the difficult twists and turns of life. So beauty is the first thing that I ever said about the shamanic practices. Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
interesting and very lovely to hear that, because sometimes I think what people look for in their lives, which brings them to engage with the shaman, and explore shamanic healing, is that something's not working in their life, and the focus goes on usually almost like a polarity, the opposite side of the problem. My job is ended. I want a job. I have no money. I want money. I have cancer. I don't want cancer. And I think this is maybe some of our lifetime conditioning, that we get taught to solve problems from a young age as human beings. It's just, we all do. And we get applauded, right? Praised for solving problems as kids. Well done. Pat on the back. Here's a sweet or something. And yet, what you were saying was that what it's brought into your life is beauty. Yeah.
Like a nostalgic comeback. This was like reconnecting with essential part of myself, my essential self actually, because I happen to feel very close to the shamanic practices, not only this one from the Kero shamans. I feel connected, maybe as a woman, maybe as a medicine woman, maybe it's awakening times anyway, this period. But really, the beauty of the rituals, the beauty of seeing. Now I will have to mention colibri.
Mm.
Yeah, now we'll have to mention colibri. Now
Well,
the
I'm not familiar. Some people don't know this creature by the name
yeah,
colibri. It's
yeah,
usually
the
part of the world called the United Kingdom, because we got different names for everything. Um, Everyone else understands. But we're talking about the hummingbird.
yeah,
Yes?
the hummingbird.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And the direction slash the point of view of the hummingbird. Uh, this was like a gift of the shamanic tradition to me or to us as Westerners. This is how I feel it, because the way they honor the hummingbird is reminding us also how problems can be an opportunity for our growth.
Yes. Wow.
Yeah, this has been like a big relief. It was like a permission from Mother Earth. It was like a permission from life that yes, problems are not only to make us doom and gloom, but there is something that we can uncover and use it in order to move forward. This is a big gift for me from the shamanic tradition.
I think that's so important to hold in our awareness, isn't it? And lovely to share with people who might be thinking about this for the first time, that we're so habituated to dealing with crisis as a problem, as an obstacle. You know, that's how we understand crisis. And we seem to have lost the capacity to experience crisis as an opportunity. And I know we've had this conversation before, and one of the ways of looking at this is to look at the way we use our alphabets. Yeah. And
How you mean?
most of the Latin languages, or I think all the Latin languages, you know, there are few different alphabets. Yes,
Yes.
English, Spanish, French, German, Dutch. So all these languages are written using the Latin alphabet. There's 26 characters or symbols that
Mhm.
we generally arrange from left to right to create words to express what we mean. Um, but over time, I think the words have taken on a meaning that we collectively understand in the same way mostly. But the letters themselves, with very little meaning. A, I think, is the beginning, you know, and I'm just checking in my head because I'm thinking alpha to omega. No, there's a Z at the end. There's this other thing in my head. A to 26. Um, and the word in front of us only means what we hold in our head, and what we hold in our head comes from what we've been told or what we've read in a dictionary. But if we look at pictographic alphabets, like Chinese, Japanese also, same thing. But almost every concept, particularly things that are liable to change or are elaborate, has to be represented by more than one symbol. And for crisis, as we would understand it, crisis is written by these two symbols in Chinese, Wei Ji. Yeah, and you can't write crisis, you can't write Wei Ji without one of the two syllables.
Mhm.
And each syllable has a separate meaning, the same as it does in Sanskrit. As you're mentioning, a friend went to India, and I have a soul connection with India too. So Wei Ji mean crisis, as we would understand it, danger, loss, and opportunity. So in Chinese, you cannot pictographically represent. And you say Wei Ji and say Wei Ji, and people, even now, people are holding. I spoke to a student of mine who come from China to the UK to do the Munai Ki course with me, the rites, lineage rites, the Karpai of the Incas. You know this, we've done these. It's beautiful, energetic empowerments that we create and share in ceremony together. And she came and I asked her, I said, I've got to check to make sure what I've been telling people is right. You know, just I keep asking people. And she said, Wei Ji, yes. Well, and she kind of paused and she says, yes, you're right. You know, Wei Ji is like crisis and opportunity. There, within what we think of as crisis, there is always the potential for change or danger or loss, but also we see the opportunity. But she said, now it's like we see the two things together as one word, even though they're separate, but we write them instinctively together. And maybe she says it's like a westernizing of the way they see the world and what happens in our day-to-day lives, that we've lost track of the opportunity. And now we just see the whole thing as a whole, something to fix or avoid. But yeah, and this is the hummingbird, the colibri. And we were talking just before, and I'm gonna, as we're doing a series of sort of interviews, conversations. I think of a lovely phrase for this, I hope, or maybe it will come from someone will suggest it. Maybe you have an idea, Sophia, what we should call these videos. Um,
unveiling, unveiling shamanism through human experience.
I'm glad we're recording that. I don't have to write that in. Unveiling shamanism through human experience. Maybe I'll ask each of my guests
Hmm.
come up with
That's a
this
nice,
question,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
put all the videos together to present them. We'll use that. Unveiling, say again? Can you
Unveiling shamanism through human experience
human experience? Hmm.
on the spot, improvise. Ah,
Gone somewhere to work that word of yours that described your experience, which was beauty. But coming back to that, you were talking about the colibri, and I know I'd asked you before, I'd asked you, was there, if there was a power animal,
mhm,
maybe you can explain what you understand power animals to be, but if there was a power animal that you identified with or that you felt lent its qualities to you, that helped and supported you in your life or in your work as a shaman, what would that power animal be? You know,
mm.
it's got energy as an animal.
Yeah, truth is that I have it, it is already a fact. I have identified many times with the jaguar. Mm,
Jaguar.
mm,
Boom.
many times. I have I have come across felines, cats actually, the Greek cats that are everywhere, but on moments of synchronicity, they just pop, appear. Uh, I have connected so many times with the jaguar. Yeah.
Hmm.
Um, I, I understand through the years of the medicine wheel training and practicing, I understand that Jaguar, I am connected to the Jaguar as a psychiatrist, as a psychotherapist, anyway. Because would you like to say some things about the Jaguar, maybe? Or let me expose my experience.
Yeah, I'm not
Oh,
an interested face to let you know your experience. I was just what was in my mind was to say something like, and it fits with the Jaguar for me is like, so Jaguar, maybe Jaguar helps you sniff things out that aren't on the surface.
exactly. Yeah, because of my job. Yeah, 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 yeah. I felt that I have used very much the qualities of the Jaguar on my daily psychiatric practice.
Uh-huh.
As I was a resident doctor at the University Hospital of Athens, in one of the University Hospital of Athens, especially for the 1 year that I have been serving in the outpatients offices. So I have been seeing people on a routine like every month or every 2 weeks, whatever, anyway. So the qualities of the Jaguars I have used a lot. I have called upon them a lot. And for my personal life, apart from my healing journey, apart from my personal healing journey, the Jaguar has come in daily moments. Uh, it's in several realms of the daily life anyway. I feel also that I needed apart from the sniffing, the power and the strength, the physical strength and the agility, the flexibility. I was feeling that I was needing it, so I was working, I was calling upon it. And then there have been hardships in my life, like in many other people's lives. So hardships that made me see some people, all situations as hostile. And through the eyes of the jaguar, I felt that I gained the stamina to work through the issues or the situations and gain the wisdom of the yeah, whatever wisdom all these have to bring.
I mean, for some people will know this, right? But I guess for anyone who doesn't, and maybe just to say it again, that the medicine wheel journey is arranged in four parts that build from each other, adding to, um, and with a different theme. So we begin in the south. So it works around the cardinal direction, southwest, northeast, and different medicine wheel journeys from different traditions in different parts of the world. There's most of them that I understand, they use these four directions. And there are some different ones, but some of them begin, they say we begin the focus in the south, and others might begin in the north or the east or the west, but they work through all four as part of a journey. And each one is held, in essence, by a different archetypical energy. And these energies we represent we see represented in the form of animals. So in the south, we begin with a serpent. And serpent helps us to see very much literally what's going on. And the beginning of the journey in the medicine wheel that we do is looking at what has happened in this life, what's actually happened, the literal that we identify with as a result. And then we move to the West, some months later, or whenever it is scheduled in whichever program that is. And we move into the West and we move into working with the archetype of Jaguar. So we're not there with the Colibri yet. And the Jaguar, as I say, in work, helps you sniff things out. Every tradition has a tracking energy or an archetype or an animal usually, because shamanism is animistic. So we have this jaguar, and jaguar is warm-blooded mammal like us, passionate, excited, terrified. But it has this ability to sniff things out. That's how jaguar tracks its prey. It follows things through the jungle or wherever it is that it cannot hear because they're too far away, and it cannot see because they're out of sight. So it's sniffing, and it's using some extra kind of sense, sniffing it out. I just know intuitively what I'm looking for is this way. And then in the north comes the colibri, like a breath of fresh air most of the time. And sometimes, in order to make use of the new opportunity, it has to show us the obstacle. Yeah, and I know a lot of times people have said to me, or I've heard them say, "Oh, I love the hummingbird, the colibri. It's so sweet." And I go, "Yeah, if your life, if everything is sweet, then it is sweet. But the hummingbird also has a side as an animal. It can be fiercely competitive. You see all these male hummingbirds pushing each other out, and they push the girl hummingbirds out of the way to get to the juice, the nectar at the bottom of the cantuta, the fuchsia, their favorite flower for their nectar. And they push out the way. And they're so competitive. All the boys come and drink. And there's going to be no nectar left for the girls. You know? I don't know if it's like that with boys and girls, in Greece, men and women in Greece, but I can see some places it's like this. It's, women. I'm having an Austin Powers moment. Maybe I should go away from there. But he said sometimes men come first, women come second, if at all. All right, forgive me, but this is what he said. But the hummingbirds, right? It's about evolution.
Exactly.
The female, I call them the girl hummingbirds, but the female of the species, they've evolved something different. They don't have a straight beak. They have like a little curl on the end. Straight for the male, curl on. And the bottom of this flower, the fuchsia, the cantuta, it doesn't go down like that. It's got a little bit, where we go, like on the side. So where are we? I'm left and right here. The beak comes in here, and the male's beak can get down to there. But there's this secret reservoir of sweetness that only the girls can reach. So there are some things women can do that men can't do. Okay, guys, I'm sorry, deal with it. But that's also how it can't give birth either. No. Anyway, so coming back to that. Um, if you were to think about, Sophia, the things from your medicine wheel training, you did it twice, didn't you?
I've
Yes.
done it twice. Yeah, 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 yeah.
The things from that journey that made the biggest impact in your life, that would be what you would say to people now to help them open the door and get over the first step, the threshold, if they wanted to find out more? What might they look forward to in their journey, in their life? What changes have you experienced? Perhaps the ones that were outside of what you expected. A gift from your life to theirs. And mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
First of all, having taken a decision to be a single mom, I found the medicine wheel my biggest support through the first 5 years of motherhood. Yeah, yeah. This automatically means that as I was always a truth seeker, truth was being revealed every time with all the work, deeper and deeper work, and my inner self I was feeling innerly more empowered. First and basic for the survival,
empowered.
emotional or even physical survival. Yeah. Beauty, I repeat again, is very essential because having studied medicine and having sacrificed a lot of things that I dearly loved, had left a complaint for years in my heart that ceased thanks to the medicine wheel. So knowing that a person comes to me and I have a beautiful tool in a beautiful way, treat in beautiful way. Even the way is it's so important. Take a history, take an interview in a holistic approach. That anyway, I was trying to build this, but with the connection with nature, which I consider also absolutely basic for the survival of humankind. I feel, yeah, during my own practice, my connection to nature has been really reinforced. I have opted, this is something that I didn't expect. I have opened up to feel or communicate with trees, with bees, with butterflies, and I have had actually several incidents, very nice, sweet incidents over the last 6 years. The sky, everything that is natural, everything that is apart from human being. Of course, all our humanism is there, present, and much more present, with more truth revealed. And at the other side, I was feeling like a support and the lost beloved that has come back, the connection to nature, and
Mm,
lost that has come back. Uh, being quite intellectual, yeah, being very much in the mind because of the studies and the way of social structures anyway, and the Greek society. I was drawn to I was drawn to natural activities without feeling able that I was enjoying. That was because I was missing this deeper connection that I did not receive as an education, as during my raising, anyway, my growing up. The only connection to nature that I had in my past was about work, working the earth out, taking something from this to make profit to survive. No, it's not only that. And the communication, yes, the communication in general, communication and connection in general is multi-level. It has indeed many levels.
Hmm.
Uh,
Yes.
big thing.
Sorry to
Yeah.
ask you a question, Sophia.
Yeah.
Kind of through that. You were saying in the beginning that you live in Athens, in the center of Athens.
Yeah.
Talking about
Downtown.
nature and how important this reconnecting with nature has been for you. The trees, the bees. How do you find living in the middle of a big modern city, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
built on and around an amazing ancient city, which I love. I do. But how do you find connecting with nature when you're in the middle of a big city? How does it work for you? What are the opportunities? What are the challenges?
Athens has the least parks all over Europe, I think, is the capital with the least parks. Nevertheless, we still have some trees and some even smaller, bigger parks. Synchronicity has it that over the last 6, 7 years, I'm living next to trees, next to small or bigger parks. I
Synchronicity.
cannot live without the trees. This is the this is the result. I cannot live. I cannot imagine my life without having contact with the smallest park, even the smallest green at the side of the pavement. I can connect to that if I have any need and any difficulties around.
So when people come to find you, to
Hmm.
maybe have a healing ceremony with you
Yeah.
or workshops, they're going to know when they arrive because your house is going to be the one with all the trees growing out of the walls and outside.
You see the color. This is my healing space. Room.
Where you
You
are
see the
now. Oh, everyone
Right
can.
right now, yes, yes, yes. This is the rest. Unfortunately, I have not managed yet to have big trees planted and branches around, but that's a nice idea. Thanks.
Maybe it's something that will grow on you.
Yeah.
So this is your
And
healing space. So you see people both sometimes in person and also distance work for people who
okay,
travel or live
okay.
away. Yeah. Or sometimes it's not practical, and sometimes people, they might not be comfortable making distance journeys if they're or unwell, something like that, which might be the reason why they're contacting you. So if people want to contact you to know a little bit more about you and the way you work, and we can put details in with the video. So we'll do that. I'll do that. Um, what's the best way initially to contact you? Is by phone or a WhatsApp message or an email?
Yeah, phone, email, WhatsApp, Messenger, what else? And we have Viber, I don't know, social media. Yeah,
Okay.
this
Or
social media. I
the
don't have an Instagram yet.
Viber, email,
WhatsApp,
that.
yeah,
All right,
yes.
all these things. So we'll put these into the video
Yeah,
and
yeah.
can copy them down to contact you. And
Mhm.
so if it was in balance between the hummingbird, the colibri, and the jaguar as the power animal that lent you most of its power. Yeah, that made the biggest difference. Which one would it be for you?
Mm. The colibri.
Mm, the small, sweet,
The
little.
small, sweet, and ruthless, I remember your word from the past, journeyer that begins to fly from Brazil and goes up to Mexico or even
Yeah,
northern. Yeah,
sometimes
yeah, yeah.
it doesn't make the journey on its own, that it jumps onto the condor or eagle's back and hitches a ride. I don't,
I have to hope for it, unfortunately.
yeah, maybe we'll see something new pop up, like, Condor Airways. I don't know. Hummingbird Express.
I don't know if it's for what is happening with my colleagues abroad. I know a little bit about my colleagues in Greece, but for me, having really installed, it was like installed in my genes through the medicine wheel, the qualities, the medicine of the colibri, the yeah, the chance to really see through crisis, try it, and have in mind also that there will be growth afterwards, which sounds totally natural. I mean, it resonates deep in my heart. This is life. Crisis, we pass through, and then we evolve. This is normal.
Yeah.
Normality. This is normality. We go through crisis. Crisis is part of normality. So this is like a big treasure on my for my professional path also. It gives hope, it gives open horizons. Everything is open, and it's true. It is the plain truth. Everything it is indeed open.
There's always this way that there's always some kind of involution that
Involution.
creates the evolution.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If we are happy with everything the way it is, at every level, the literal level, how it is, the mental, emotional, how we feel about it, what we believe, what we're telling ourselves, and our vision of where this takes us in life, this journey that is everything is taking us where we need to go, then there would be no need for further evolution. But some kind of crisis, involution, always happens to facilitate the evolution. And it's what you were saying, and I've been saying, is depending on the way we see things, which is a lot to do with conditioning, um, we will see these events as opportunities that we can capitalize on and heal and grow through, or something that we need to avoid or just fix. So we can time travel, right? We can go back to how things were, when they were normal, when they were the same, go back. But if you go back, then as you go forward, you just come to the same place where we are now anyway. So why go back to the future when we can go forwards and source ourselves from who we're becoming instead?
Mhm. Yeah.
So, is there anything else you would like to close with or say, share from your heart about your medicine?
Yeah. I would like to share something from my heart.
Okay. Is your mace in front of you?
uh, Actually, it has to do with the jaguar now. It has to do with the medicine of the jaguar, the quality and the properties of the jaguar. Um, this jaguar energy for me brings a breakthrough in the healing practices because it uh, gives us the power, the stamina to get in touch with the darkest corners of our soul. And here I will also mention something that is in many Western societies a taboo: curses, ghosts, the invisible world anyway, and the stories that go through that in the modern psychiatry, we do not even touch them.
In modern psychiatry, yeah.
Yeah, we do not even touch. And I remember being a resident doctor in Crete, in Hania Hospital. I remember a patient with his diagnosis, doesn't matter now, talking about curses and magic practices of some mean person. Psychiatry just puts an X and does not even see into this. Is there some, because we know from history that there has been all over the planet several things.
Yeah.
This for me automatically opens a door through fear, because fear in our societies, we know that it is a way to manipulate masses. Anyway, fear is somehow kept still and used by those who want to do what they want to do. So, with the shamanic practice, we can open this door and see with open eyes and understand and feel, because even the people that have cursed, for example, I have a story in my mind. They have had their own personal story of pain and problems that it takes for someone to see through darkness with open eyes in order to stop pain in any form passing through generations and generations. And it's very important because psychiatry needs this help from the shamanism to open 100% the door of fear and not to stay in labeling psychotic episodes. It's not enough. We need to heal. We don't just need to console and to control symptoms. We really need to heal deeply.
Listening to what you were saying and remembering, I suppose my beginning in the work of supporting and helping people through crisis came as a mental health nurse, as a registered mental nurse in psychiatry. But listening to what you were saying, I was wondering whether you would agree somehow that healing is kind of like a reciprocal process. If you're able to sit with someone and listen to them describe their reality, yeah, and to be able to validate it as well as being objective as a doctor or a shaman, that something happens in you also when you're just kind of sitting with them without judging and understanding that whatever is happening at the literal, the actual atoms and molecules physical level, that this reality that this person is describing is real for them. And as far as they are concerned, it is exactly what's happening, even if it seems to be very different from the description of reality that other people around them might have. Something changes, happens as a healing within yourself when you're able to do that for someone else, to validate their experience. Yeah. Yes, nice. Okie dokie. So, Sophia, thank you so much for joining me this morning.
Ευχαριστώ πολύ. Thank you very much for the opportunity.
I think I said at the beginning, and we haven't got round to it yet, but of course, the many, many, many Greek-speaking people who are going to be doing this video have been listening very patiently to you speaking in English. So, more people in the world speak English than Greek, but as you are Greek, as you are living in Athens, for people who would like to come and work with you in their own language, instead of having to translate in and out of English, what would you like to say?
First of all, being Greek means hospitality. So I have to mention here that I am also a Spanish speaker and a French speaker.
This is going to be a longer video than I expected.
Okay, we'll just say a few words in Greek, okay? Λοιπόν, σπουδάζοντας την ιατρική, το μεγάλο κίνητρο που με έφερε μέχρι το σήμερα ήταν ότι ποτέ δεν πίστεψα ότι υπάρχει κάτι ανίατο στον πλανήτη. Είμαι νιώθω πολύ τυχερή και ευγνώμων που ανακάλυψα την κατάλληλη στιγμή τις σπουδές και την εκπαίδευση του σαμάνικου τροχού και άνοιξε ένας ολόκληρος καινούριος κόσμος ομορφιάς και αλήθειας. Η αλήθεια είναι το βασικό. Στη σύγχρονη ιατρική, όπως και η σύγχρονη ζωή, πάνε όλα γρήγορα και ίσως κάποιες φορές επιφανειακά. Ναι, γιατί έτσι είναι η ζωή μας. Για να έχουμε όμως πραγματικά να επιβιώσουμε συναισθηματικά μέχρι το τέλος της φυσικής μας ζωής, χρειαζόμαστε την αλήθεια των πραγμάτων. Ο σαμανισμός, οι σαμάνικες πρακτικές είναι ένας πολύ όμορφος, λίγα λέω, είναι ένας τεράστιος όμορφος κόσμος που μας δίνει εργαλεία για να δουλέψουμε πιο βαθιά όσα μας ορίζουν, όσα επαναλαμβάνονται στη ζωή μας και να προχωρήσουμε σε νέα κεφάλαια. Ενδυναμωμένοι, πιο αισιόδοξοι. Αυτά.
Πολύ καλά.
Ευχαριστώ. Thank you.
So, Sophia, thank you so much for joining me. People who want to find out a bit more about your work, and these things, and the arrangements for healing sessions, and workshops, and teaching and training, and delivered in English or Greek or French or Spanish, or did I miss any languages out?
Not yet, not yet. Arabic will come in the future.
So they'll be able to find those in the video now when they watch. And I look forward to seeing you very soon. Yeah. So much love.
So
Thank
much.
you, everyone who's tuning in and watching. Please do share this with other people. Click the like button. Lifts things up and makes it easier for other people to find them and watch them. And these are beautiful traditions, which is why we're just so enthusiastic about them, and they make such a difference in people's lives. So until next time, Sophia, thank you so much, and bye bye everyone.
Yeah, addio.
Thank you.